What's going on, everyone? Markets are really strange. Don't know what to say about them. Let's start with the dollar. We have a bullish piercing pattern off the bottom, opening down, closing all the way in. And then after Monday, Tuesday, just kept on going. So now we have a whipsaw over support through resistance. So expect this to keep climbing on up. So we have a false breakdown, a failure. So it's going back up. The only thing that's bothering me so much is then when we have these downfalls in the dollar, nothing in gold and silver came up at all. You know, gold and silver has been going straight down. So what's this mean when the dollar is going to go all the way back up? So gold and silver is just going to keep going down? Something definitely wrong with the markets. Don't know what it is yet, but something big is going to happen. It's obvious the way things are going. So there you go. The dollar is bullish until the other side of the resistance line. See what happens when we get up there. S&P. Looks like we had a little bearish encompassing pattern today, but bouncing off support again. So it's hanging 10 on the daily chart. Made a higher high. So bounced off support, broke previous highs, came back into support. Look, it wants to climb higher. Don't know how it's going to do it, but it's looking that way. Made a higher high, came back into support. That's the back. So we'll see what happens. The VIX, as far as I know, the VIX made an all-time low on these markets, and it's confusing a lot of people what the hell's going on, including myself. Looking for a whip back over resistance on this thing. It's pretty rough out there. We had the VIX climbing, and then it just gapped down and just kept on going down. And it's at an all-time low. Just crazy. Well, that's not an all-time low. Pretty damn close. 6 years at least. The VIX is at its lows. So obviously the VIX is going to come back into the game, coming over a resistance. So we'll have to wait for that to happen. It's definitely a slingshot, pulling it back way far away. USD yen. Got a bullish 3-bar pattern, right over the 34, right over the 34, into support, right over the 34 again. What we're waiting for now is the previous high breaks on the way up. As a bullish retracement is put in, watch the flat top breaks on the way up. 115, 118 on the way up. Dow Jones. Looks like Dow Jones made a lower high and been rejected twice. I got a perfect little hanging man on the weekly last week. So I'm waiting for that to come into fruition today, tomorrow, this week. Look for previous low breaks. There's that hanging man again. On the daily though, it's right for support. So gotta watch for that. Nice U, looks like it wants to take another leg up. Let's see what happens with that weekly hanging man. take out the hanging man on the top side, make a hammer. We can go top side, but pretty definite, perfect little candle there last week. So waiting for that to confirm on the downside. Confirming it, previous low breaks. Looks like 20,848 and a half. NASDAQ took another leg up. Bullish as ever. Closing on its highs again. Not exactly on its highs, but pretty damn close. Let's see what happens on the hourly. I got lower highs. Nice little hanging man on the close. Looks bearish from there on the hourly. But definitely making new highs. Yesterday and today. It's just crazy. Absolutely crazy. Crude. Looks like it broke down. Made a nice little reversal bar. Not a perfect reversal bar, but had that action, nice spike low. Close high. And then the open on the next day, higher. So it looks like momentum is going to carry back over resistance where support broke down. Or is it the bearish retracement? Is crude just going to follow her? Once resistance broken, the bearish retracement comes back into resistance and then it allows it to fall over. So let's see if the battle can get above support, or is it just going to hit support and back off and get rejected? Looks like a rejection is coming. Nikkei. Nice blast off. Had a rejection on the breakout, came all the way down and just gaps after gaps after gaps and breaking new highs now. Pretty badass. Just have to gather its legs, try again. Watch for price to come back into support, as it looks like it's starting to. And then as long as it holds support, you can move on up. Looks like coal coming from a bottom, trying to break that 34 on the daily chart. Nice bar pattern here on Monday. No, that was Friday. Monday almost broke through. Tuesday, just consolidating. Looks nice. Look for higher coal prices. Nice consolidation. Came to a double bottom, 1, 2. And then even an intermediate double bottom. Nice 2-bar pattern is what I'm looking at here. That's the reversal right there. That's the reversal there. Hammer across, come on. Nice inverted hammer over support there. 2-bar pattern, nice big 2-bar pattern reversal. Looks like prices want to go up on coal. 10-year. Reached the double top, came into the 34, busted through, bearish retrace, bearish retrace, bearish retrace, consolidated over the 8, and popped on through. Look for prices to come back into support one of these days. It looks like a pretty clean break across that 34, back above support. All we got to do is take out the double top that it came from. Still lingering that double top until it's been taken out. We have to take into account that double top at all costs. That is the price pattern. So look for a lower high, look for it to get its legs, try again. It's not going to shoot the moon from here. That's very rare, but anything can happen, I guess. Shanghai Composite looks like it's having a little trouble. Broke support lines on Monday. Kind of bearish retracing back into resistance Tuesday. Got rejected. If this can get back above support, or is that going to be rejected? The bearish retracement, that was a retracement that lacked any gusto. There's a nice bullish or a bearish retracement back into resistance, got rejected big time. So let's see if this is enough to gather its legs, come back through resistance, use that as your support to climb on up. Gold. I was very optimistic about Monday's gold. But so far, just a tiny bounce on the daily chart. Let's see, let's start with the 4 hour, see where we're at. I've got a 2-bar pattern working on the 4 hour chart. I've got the A, B bottom in. See I had a reversal here. The reverse head and shoulders there, and it didn't break out. Got rejected. So it broke previous lows, made a 2-bar pattern, reversal there. So I got a reversal on the 4 hour chart, looks bullish. Follow it on up. We need to get above the 8 and the 13, consolidate, and get that 34 on the way up. It's a never-ending story. Things are stretched beyond belief, so look for a really nice bounce out of gold and silver when it happens. With a 2-bar pattern on the 4 hour chart first. Got the A-B bottom. Look like we're coming into some kind of a bottom here. Got A-B bottom, look for higher highs. I need to get above the 8, the 13, come back into support, consolidate. The A-B bottoms are the start of the reverse head and shoulders, so let's get something going in that direction. Higher lows on that opposing point. And then get a trend. It's coming along. Gotta have some patience on these two, I guess. Copper. Copper's in that 2-bar reversal on the 4 hour chart, came over 13 and 8, came back into support over, so it's ready. Let's see what happens on the daily. Daily looks a little messed up still. Let's see what we got going on. I need copper to run this time with gold and silver. Like it's below the 34, having a little struggle. Busted through resistance back into, it's closing at support resistance line. Could go either way tomorrow. 4 hour chart says it's gaining some momentum. So I'll just go with that. Over the 34, back into support. Support held on the close. See, this one came across the 8 and 13, came back into support, but didn't hold. This one held at the close. So that's a good sign, closing above support. Plus the inverted hammer after the cross. It's not it's a long-legged doji is what that is, but you can see how it pops over and then comes back in. That's the move I'm looking for when it crosses over the 8. So copper looks bullish. I can't make out the daily, but the 4 hour charts on copper, gold, and silver are all bullish. 2-bar patterns working. Bitcoin, everyone's talking about Bitcoin. It's crazy. So it broke previous highs, went all the way up to 1760, I believe. Now it's retracing back into support. It's probably going to gather its legs. My measured move ends at 2100. I imagine it's going to get to 2000, no problem. It's on a train. Nothing's going to stop it. And it's, again, Bitcoin is 1700. Gold is 1220. You know there's something wrong with the markets when that happens. There's no way Bitcoin is worth more than gold. And it is. So what I'm saying is gold's got to be manipulated. Silver's got to be manipulated. It's not a market like the Bitcoin. Give me a second. So anyways, it's on a train. I'm guessing between 2,000 and 2,100. I'm using the 2,000 because of the emotional spots on the chart. 16 was an emotional spot, broke that handedly last night. 17 is now an emotional spot. 18, 19, 20. 20 is going to be a big emotional spot to break through. So I'm guessing 20, hit 20, back off, gather its legs, hit that 21 mark. Look for the major pullbacks. Gold and silver ratio. Looks like silver is still the better buy. 75 ounces of silver per 1 ounce of gold. Time to load up the trucks on gold and silver. Special silver. GDX, let's see, I haven't seen it. I don't believe it. Looks like some bottom patterns working. Had a huge gap down. I think that was on Monday. Huge gap down. Bullish back through resistance. Now we got support. Bounce, bounce, bounce over the 13 and 8. We got support. All we got to do is make higher highs here. I imagine it's going to consolidate some more, but look at that J curve on the 8 as it crosses over that 13. Price is going to pop. So I'm looking for that. 4-hour charts, 4-hour charts. There's another gap down into resistance, higher low, boom, 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 boom. Right over the 8, back into the 8. Looking for that inverted hammers. Look for the inverted hammers. There's another one, nuggets churning. And JNUG, closing below 15. Oh my God. Looks like a bottom on the miners. Looks like a bottom in gold and silver on the interim. Let's turn this thing around. This is our week. JDST, 3 times gold, negative. What do they call? Oh, bear. 3 times bear on the gold miners. So look for this thing to come down back in as the miners are coming. And this is the same pattern it's making on NDX. I just noticed that. Come on. On NASDAQ. Where is it? There it is. That same kind of pattern. So it looks a little top heavy on NDX and it looks a little top heavy on JDST. JST was on 4-hour chart though. See what happens with that. Miners look bullish on 4-hour charts, so I imagine JDST is going to come back into support. Got some steel. Damn, steel got clobbered. Still trying to recover. Closing on its lows for the week. Closing on its lows for the day. Looks like a double bottom forming. It's got to get over that 8 for support, back into the 13. Come back into the 8 for support. It's in no man's land still. AG, let's see a bottom. Made a new opposing point on the downside, of course. 4-hour chart got rejected by the 8, but held. Got a higher low on 80. It's pretty slight though. Let's see what we did for the day. Got a bullish Harami. The daily chart's got to get above that 8. Struggling to get across the 8 on the 4 hour as well. So bottom is coming. The righteous will be rewarded, I think. The diligent. Let's take a look at uranium and all. Looks like I got a sharp U on 4 hour chart. Looks like a reverse head and shoulders form. Rejected by the 8, rejected by the 8, came through the 8, into the 13, past the 13. Look for prices to come back in as I have the AB bottom, which is the reverse head and shoulders. So prices come back into support. Watch that right shoulder as they can swing it way back. They love to bring that right shoulder all the way back. That's URA on a 4 hour chart. UEC, nice boom boom off that bottom. Look for UEC for it to retrace back into support for that right shoulder. See how URE did that too. Nice. See URRE came back in already. Look for previous high breaks. Either buy into support or watch previous high breaks. Take a ride. Ivanhoe as well. At the AB bottom, looking for this to come across. Got rejected so far. Let's see how Apple's working out for me. I had that 3-bar pattern on the weekly. Totally denied me. It's gone straight up since then. That's the failed pattern right there. Watch those failed patterns. When patterns fail, things get volatile. There you go, another one. Google's on a tear. Just straight up though. And let's just take a look at NAK. Called the bottom on this. Nice. Boom. Nice moves on NAK. Came down for a double bottom. I had the 2-bar pattern here. Came over the 8 into 8. Boom. Another line of support, gapped. Came into support. Boom, boom. Look at that island reversal bar. That was that slingshot. Pull it way back and let it rip. That's a pretty nice move right there. Closing on its highs. Closing into previous lows. That's good. Watch for any kind of retracement back into support. Gather its legs. Try again. Nice moves. Nice moves. Okay. That's it. Let me know what's going out there. Sorry I missed yesterday. Just it was a long, really terrible day. So I got to work. Slept it off. That's all you can do. But let me know what's going on there. Please share, like, and comment. I think our day is coming real soon. You can just tell they're just holding these things back. And once they start moving, I don't think they can stop it. So keep in touch. See ya.